Hello everyone! Today we're going to continue our journey through the digestive system and find out what happens to food after it leaves the stomach. So right after the stomach, your food ends up in the very top portion of the small intestine called the duodenum, and that's where the body likes to slather on its condiments onto your food. So tucked up under the left rib cage is your spleen and your pancreas. And the pancreas is supposed to slather on some really good digestive enzymes in order to continue the digestion of your food. It's also supposed to regulate your blood sugar. Now, I don't know about you, but I grew up eating, sugar frosted flakes, Pop-Tarts, and ice cream. And for those of us who have had many decades of eating sugar, that pancreas gets really tired. And if it's not producing as much insulin as it should, then it's also probably not producing the digestive enzymes that it should. So if there is one thing that you can take out of your diet to help your whole digestive system and your whole body, it's sugar. And I'm not just talking about the white stuff, I'm talking about bread, pasta, cereal, that kind of thing. All right, so tucked underneath the right rib cage, we have the liver gallbladder system. So the last time I looked up how many functions Western medicine ascribes to the liver, it was over 500, which is really amazing. It's a hard-working organ. And one of the things that the liver has to do is to make bile. Now, bile is like the body's soap, right? So if you ever had, grease all over your hands, when you wash your hands with soap, the soap kind of cuts the grease. So bile helps you to digest greasy things or, fats, basically. So the liver makes the bile, and then the gallbladder holds on to it and squirts it out whenever it's needed. Now, if the liver is also working as our fuel filter, so to speak, and it's doing all these other functions, and it's being backed up as a fuel filter by, say, environmental toxins, medications, poor dietary choices, some of the other 499 functions are going to go downhill, and certainly making bile is going to be one of those functions. The bile can get really thick and sludgy, and then the gallbladder has a really hard time squirting it out when it needs to, too. It's like when your car needs an oil change, right? The oil gets kind of gunky. If you back up the gallbladder for long enough, you can create gallstones. And for those of you who've had them, I'm sorry, it's really painful. And for those of you who have been advised to remove your gallbladder, you have to take bile salts now every day with every meal because you don't have the little organ to do its function, all right? So digesting your fats is really, really important for so many different things. Fats help you regulate your hormones. Your brain is made up of mostly fat, so you need good fats in your diet, and you need to be able to pull them apart with healthy bile. One of the things that I see the most in the clinic is complaints about dry skin, and that is a gallbladder issue, my friends. Those of you who have really dry skin, you can slather your skin up with lotion every day, and it never gets to the root of the issue. The issue is poor liver gallbladder function and maybe a little backup of that bile. Once you get that bile smooth again, it can pull apart and digest your fats and put them where they're needed, right? In the hormonal system and the endocrine system, in your brain, and all the way out to the surface of your body onto the skin. So if you feel like you have problems with either side of these issues, pancreas maybe not working so good. There are enzymes that you can ask me about. If you're having a hard time getting rid of sugar in your diet, you can ask me for help with that. On the other side, if you feel like there's some kind of congestion going on with that whole bile route, eat tons of beets, and that's usually when I prescribe a 21-day cleanse as well. So if you need to know anything more about any of that, please drop me a line, okay? So tomorrow we'll follow the food further down into the small intestine and see what happens there. Okay, have a good day. Thanks. Bye-bye.